Mule Train!
It is time now for the Mule Train News Program on this Monday, March the 30th, 2015. Brought to you today by the First Bank, along with Leal's Mexican Restaurant.
At the Festival Romanico, Muleshoe High School students did extremely well. In written essay, Aline Terrazas was first, Vanessa Ramirez second, and Joel Zamudio was third. In poetry, Eddie Elizalde was second. In arts and craft, Maria Munoz was third. Congratulations to these students. And more congratulations to the Muleshoe High School Student Community Action Club members who had an extremely successful auction here Saturday morning on Channel 6 and raised $1,000 for the Muleshoe Heritage Foundation. And a lot of people got a lot of good baked goods because of this auction and a lot of help to our Muleshoe Heritage Foundation. Also on Saturday evening, 185 bowls of soul stew supper were sent out from the First United Methodist Church here in Muleshoe to residents of the Muleshoe area. And that soul stew supper was good for the soul and the stomach too. I've never eaten such good stew. According to Donna Green, who was the chairman of the outreach committee that headed up this, and Marilyn Riley, her assistant, they put spicy V8 juice in the stew to make it so delicious. Mary Janice Brantley and Jody Barrett, both of Muleshoe, have a new great-granddaughter born Wednesday morning at 10 o'clock in Odessa to their granddaughter and her husband, Mr. and Mrs. Tyson Kirby of Midland. She is the great-granddaughter of the late Kirby Brantley, the late Virginia Barrett, and the late Charlene Trotter, all of Muleshoe. R.J. and Tyson Kirby have named their second little girl Harper Lee. At birth, she weighed 4 pounds and 11 ounces, is 18 inches long, and came 7 weeks early. She is in the pediatric NICU unit of the hospital in Odessa and doing well, but we certainly want to remember her on our prayer list. Her mother is the former R.J. Barrett, who lived here in Muleshoe when she was a child. Her grandparents are Stephanie and Robbie Barrett of Slayton, formerly of Muleshoe, and Susan and Al Kirby of Bovina, and her father, Tyson Kirby, was reared in Bovina. She has a 3-year-old big sister, Ashton, who will turn 4 in May. Congratulations to all of the family of little Miss Harper Lee Kirby on her safe arrival 7 weeks early in our world, but please keep her on your prayer list. On Tuesday, the Holy Week noontime services will be held at the First United Methodist Church Fellowship Hall, and the Methodist ladies will be cooking. Dr. Stacy Connor, the pastor of the First Baptist Church of Muleshoe, will bring the message, and the music will be provided by Sally Messenger. And if you have 1 hour to eat in, you'll have plenty time to come to the noonday Holy Week services at 12 noon on Tuesday and Wednesday. The Wednesday service will be at First Baptist Church Fellowship Hall, And the ladies and gentlemen of the 16th and Avenue D Church of Christ will be the cooks, and Hunter Hawkins, who is the youth minister of the First United Methodist Church, will bring the sermon, and Curtis Shelburne will bring the music, and he is the minister of the 16th and Avenue D Church of Christ. And then on Sunday morning, that is Easter Sunday, sunrise services will be held at 7:30 in the New City Park of Muleshoe near the basketball court. Bring your lawn chairs or your blankets to sit on, and after the service, you're invited to go across the street to the 16th and Avenue D Church of Christ for donuts and coffee and hot chocolate. Also, bringing the Easter sunrise service will be Father Sergio Leal on Sunday morning. This week, remember all of our students across the state of Texas who are taking the very important STAR test, and their parents, and we encourage every parent to encourage their sons and daughters on this very important week that STAR tests are being given in the state of Texas. At Muleshoe High School, the golfers will be going to Farwell on Tuesday all day for a golf meet. And at 4 o'clock Tuesday afternoon, the varsity baseball mules will play at Dimmitt. We're going to be back with more Mule Train in just one moment, so please stay tuned.
At the First Bank, show your school spirit now. 202 South 1st Street, right here in Muleshoe. Call 806-272-4515. They now have the new School Spirit MasterCard debit cards from the First Bank. Show your team spirit and earn cash for your school every time you swipe your card. Available now for the Muleshoe Mules, Dimmitt Bobcats, or the Bovina Mustangs. Get your card today. Go by 202 South 1st Street or call 806-272-4515. The First Bank is member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Chips are delicious. Have you been wasting time looking for a good meal? Well, go to Leal's Mexican Restaurant in Muleshoe at 1010 West American Boulevard and try the Irma's Special. If you are under 12, try the grilled cheese. You know Leal's in Muleshoe is the original Leal's Mexican restaurant. I highly recommend it. 5 generations of our family have eaten at Leal's. What did you say, Isla? Chips are delicious.
Alcohol sales tax will not produce a sales tax bonanza for the city of Muleshoe. Sales tax revenue is divided in 3 ways. The state of Texas gets 6.25%, Bailey County 0.5%, and the city of Muleshoe 1.5%. For every $1 million in alcohol sold, the city of Muleshoe would receive $15,000. Muleshoe would need to sell $6,600,000 in alcohol to pay for just 1 police officer and vehicle. Please vote on May the 9th at Muleshoe City Hall against alcohol sales in Muleshoe. The preceding commercial has been paid for by concerned citizens of Bailey County. The concerned citizens of Bailey County will meet Tuesday evening at 6 at the Bailey County Coliseum, and everyone is certainly welcome, according to Dr. Stacy Connor. The Board of Trustees of the Muleshoe Independent School District will meet on Monday night at 7 at the school administration building, and there will be an invocation, a pledge of allegiance to the flag, open forum for public participation and special recognition. They will cancel the May 9th election for District 1 and the at-large position on the board. However, there will be another election that will be needed in the school board election for May the 9th. Appoint election judge and alternate election judge for May the 9th. There will be administrative reports, board training, enrollment, food service, and financial reports. They will consider budget amendment number 3 and instructional material allotment TEKS certification. Approve textbook committee recommendations for adopting new textbooks. Consider purchase of new school bus for the Muleshoe ISD, and nominations will be made for media honor roll. Accept resignations and consider teacher and other professional personnel contracts for Muleshoe school system. David Tips, who by the way served on our Muleshoe Independent School Board for many years and did that so well, was surprised on Saturday in Lubbock at the home of a former Muleshoe resident, Debbie Hutto, with a big birthday party by his wife, Liz. And guess what? All 3 of his beautiful daughters were there, along with many friends, to say happy birthday in person to David Tips. Megan, Hillary, and Kelsey all attended. So it was a wonderful celebration. Happy birthday to you, David Tips. Muleshoe High School boys and girls golf teams will compete in the Freona tournament Tuesday instead of the Amarillo tournament. And the Muleshoe schools will be held on Good Friday, this Friday, because we have to make up that day we lost because of snow this past winter. So school will be held on Friday morning in Muleshoe and will dismiss early at noon. The Fellowship of Alcoholics Anonymous and the Al-Anon family groups will both meet on Monday and Friday nights at 7 o'clock in the First United Methodist Church, and you use the south door. That's the far south door, and AA meets in the second room on the west, and Al-Anon meets in the first room on the east. And these are open meetings. AA is a fellowship for both men and women who share their hopes, strengths, and experiences to stay sober one day at a time. And Al-Anon is for family and friends of alcoholics and or drug addicts. Starla Black announces that the 5K run and fun walk sponsored by the Fight for Bo Relay for Life team of the American Cancer Society will be held Saturday, April the 11th at 9 o'clock at the Muleshoe Church of Christ on the hill just off of U.S. Highway 84 at the west edge of Muleshoe. The race will begin there and end also there. And you need to register now. Registration up until Tuesday will be $30 and you will get a t-shirt. You can register late on the morning of the race at the Church of Christ, and that's at 8 o'clock. And that will not include a t-shirt, and it will be $30 as well. All money will go to the American Cancer Society. Please make your checks payable to the American Cancer Society. Also, you can get an entry form now at Williams General Store through April the 10th. An entry form and liability form must be filled out and turned in along with your $30 for every person who participates. Also, they're selling tickets on a raffle, and you can get your tickets at Williams General Store also, and those tickets are only $1 each. For more information about the warm-up for Relay, the 5K celebration run, and fun walk sponsored by the Fight for Bo Relay for Life team, call Lindsay Clayton at 806-341-6009. And always remember little Bo Birdwell and his family in your prayers. In our bargain basement, need someone to mow a lawn at 523 West 5th. Call 806-272-4247 here in Muleshoe. You know, something that came to our attention that we had not realized, that our National Mule Memorial statue will be celebrating 50 years of existence on this July the 3rd. Thank you so very much for bringing that to our attention, Nelda Merritt. And also, the Muleshoe National Wildlife Refuge, the oldest wildlife refuge in the state of Texas, will celebrate 80 years of existence this year also. Isn't that fantastic? My goodness, we're going to have a lot to celebrate over the 4th of July. And, you know, it's an all-school reunion this 4th of July for Muleshoe High School Exes. Now, that doesn't just mean students who graduate from Muleshoe High School, but if you ever attended school here, you are encouraged to come and celebrate. But they need your address now. Send your address and name to Muleshoe Ex-Students Association, Box 100, Muleshoe, Texas 79347. Registration can also be sent to that same address, and it is $20 for pre-registration per person. On June the 20th, it will go up to $30 per person. And you can pick up your meal tickets between 8 and 12 noon on the morning of the 4th of July at the Oneida Wagner Senior Citizen Center, and that's at Main and Avenue D in downtown Muleshoe. And at 2 that afternoon, in the Commons area of the Muleshoe High School, the new school will be open for tours for all the exes and their guests. And at 5 o'clock, the doors of the Civic Center will open, and at 7 on the evening of the 4th, a meal will be served. Larry Allison, Brownfield, no, I think he's of Lamesa, will be the master of ceremonies. There will be no speaker, and there will be awards presented to the class that has the most in attendance and to the person who comes the farthest to attend the all-school reunion on the 4th of July, of course, in Muleshoe. So get your name and address and your $20 in to the Muleshoe High School Ex-Students Association, Box 100, Muleshoe, Texas 79347 now. We'll be back with more Mule Train in one moment.
Don't forget, next week on Monday, April the 6th, the Culpeper and Merriweather Great Combined Circus will be right here in Muleshoe under the Big Top. Show times for Monday, April 6th are 5 and 7:30 p.m. They'll be just north of town on the old airport grounds right along the Earth Highway, sponsored by the Muleshoe Chamber of Commerce. Look later this week here on Reach Broadband Channel 6, as well as on our front page at MuleshoeTV.com. You can see Skeeter the Clown, who's with Culpeper and Merriweather Circus, performing for DeShazo Elementary students. That coming up later here on Channel 6. And again, Monday, April the 6th, 5 and 7:30, the Culpeper and Merriweather Great Combined Circus will be under the Big Top, just north of town along the old airport grounds off of the Earth Highway here in Muleshoe, sponsored by the Muleshoe Chamber of Commerce. The swing bed program is now available at the Muleshoe Area Medical Center, 708 South 1st Street, for the patient who is no longer in need of acute medical care but is not yet comfortable functioning independently at home. Call for more information today on the swing bed program, available at the Muleshoe Area Medical Center, 806-272-4524.
We have rotating on Reach Broadband Channel 6 as well as on the front page of our website, MuleshoeTV.com, and our Facebook /Gillam and our Twitter, the Palm Sunday community-wide service held on Sunday evening in the First Baptist Church, sponsored by the Bailey County Ministerial Alliance. Also, we have rotating the clown from the circus that will be coming here, and that will be rotating later this week, also here online as well as on the air. So get ready, for the circus is coming to Muleshoe. Eastern New Mexico University in Portales announced the juried results of the kindergarten through NMU and 6th annual juried youth art exhibit as part of the National Youth Art Month in March. The Runnels Gallery, located in the Golden Library at NMU in Portales, received over 225 submissions to this year's exhibition. They were extremely pleased with the turnout of this year's event. The quality of the work continues to grow exceptionally every year. The exhibition runs through this month, and in that exhibition were selected from Muleshoe High School Francisco Elizalde, Letty Loya, Ruby Andretti, and from Watson Junior High in Muleshoe, these art students, Eli Macias, Melissa Madrero, Luke Leal, and Justin Fuentes were selected to show in the exhibit. A public reception was held in honor of all of these students on last Friday afternoon at the Runnels Gallery. Awards were announced, and the Best of Show and Placements Award announced in elementary, junior high, middle school, high school, and college divisions. The exhibition was free to enter and open to students kindergarten through seniors in college, and they had to live within 200 miles of Portales. Students in public school, private school, and homeschool were eligible. Congratulations to our Muleshoe students who were selected for this exhibition. At the Oneida Wagner Senior Citizen Center on Tuesday, they're serving glazed meatloaf, red bliss potatoes, breadsticks, mixed vegetables, country apple crisp, and your choice of drink. And on Wednesday, no April Fool, it's always grilled steak, mashed sweet potatoes, green beans, tossed vegetable salad, cornbread, and tropical food salad. Thursday, Salisbury steak, diced potatoes, English peas, fruit salad and juice, and wheat rolls. And Friday, fish and chicken strips, beans, green peas, tossed vegetable salad, whole wheat rolls, tropical fruit mix, and always you have a choice of drink. Ryan Johnson, son of Mr. and Miss Chris Johnson of Muleshoe, a voice major at Texas Tech, will be presented in a voice recital Saturday evening, April the 4th at 5 o'clock at the Calvary Baptist Church in Muleshoe. Ryan hopes to go to Montevideo, Italy for a month this summer for operatic training, Italian language, and cultural study at the Music in the March. If he can raise enough money, Ryan will be studying in Italy from June the 29th through July the 26th. And donations can be made at the recital to help Ryan Johnson, a Muleshoe High School graduate, go to Italy this summer for this month of study. Also at the Calvary Baptist Church, every Wednesday through May, there will be a Grief Share support group meeting. It is conducted by Crystal Albertson Rayner and her husband Charlie, and it's from 5:30 to 7:30, and you can start the course anytime on Wednesday at 5:30. If you need further information, call Crystal at 806-315-2237. The Calvary Baptist Church is located at 1733 West Avenue C, and this program is in one of the Sunday school classrooms in the fellowship hall section of the church. We'll be back with more Mule Train in just one moment. Please stay tuned.
Williams General Store right here in Muleshoe, 1405 West American Boulevard. They have new chalk ink sets. They're perfect for writing on glass, metal, porcelain, ceramics, and much, much more. These chalk ink sets available now at Williams General Store. Also, a lot of cool chalkboards as well. Lots of new color, perfect for spring. Simply Noel fashion sunglasses and cases as well. Great metal art and wooden art, perfect for decorating your patio, porch, or yard. Now at Williams General Store. See them all on their Facebook page, facebook.com/Williams General Store. Brian Cox here in Muleshoe, where they have a huge new selection of edging and stepping stones just in. They just put it out this past weekend at Brian Cox, 401 South 1st Street, right here in Muleshoe. Also, they have the perfect thing to get your garden off. They have seed starter kits, lots of potting soil and garden soil as well at Frying Cox here in Muleshoe. Lots of new crosses, home decor, picture frames, rosary beads, coffee mugs, Bible carriers, and more now available at Frying Cox Incorporated. Frying Cox here in Muleshoe, 401 South 1st Street. Check them out on Facebook, facebook.com/Fry and Cox.
On our prayer list, please remember Delmer Clements. I talked with him on Saturday afternoon, and he says he is doing good. We're so glad to report that. You know, Delmer has lymphoma. Remember Delmer and Pat, his wife, and their family. Also, remember Ruth Briscoe. She is a resident now at the Parkview Nursing Care Center. That's Ruth Briscoe on our prayer list and her family. Also, Carlos Guerrera and his family, and Nellie Santos, who had a devastating stroke, and she is now in hospice care, according to her daughter-in-law, Sarah Santos. Walter Marie Boness was taken late last week to Lubbock, where she had to have a toe amputated, but Walter Marie is back at the Running Water Draw Care Center in Olton now. Of course, she worked here in Muleshoe for many years at Muleshoe Motor as the secretary, and she was reared in Muleshoe, a MHS graduate. Walter Marie Boness, remember her on your prayer list. And the families of Bertha E. Rendon, 85, of Fort Worth, formerly of Muleshoe, and Wanda Locke, 87, of the Maple community, and Jane Ward, 86, of Warforth, the sister of Ann Johnson of Muleshoe. Dot Christian, 81, of the Oklahoma Lane community. Thursday Reed, 97, of Andrews, formerly of Muleshoe and Bailey County. I got to talk on Sunday night with Larry Thornton, and he says he is doing well, and he is awaiting a heart transplant that will be done in Dallas. Please remember Larry Thornton in your prayers, and his wife, Diane, and their family. Dink Kendrick, she is the mother of Sally Messenger of Muleshoe. She's from Friona. Ronnie Locke, formerly of Muleshoe, the brother of Donna Locker of Muleshoe. Bobby Reynolds and his wife Sora, and he is in hospice care for cancer. Archie Quintanilla and Juan Jaime, remember these two gentlemen and their families who were injured in the explosion at Mensa earlier this month. Francis Miramontes in University Medical Center in Lubbock after surgery last week. Hannah Simmons in Pediatric ICU in Lakeside Covenant Children's and Women's Hospital in Lubbock. Phyllis Carry-On and her family, and also Tom Jinks and his wife Jo and their family. He is at home after his 2 surgeries. And Marcia Dale Henry Martis, formerly of Muleshoe, who is in the hospital in Wichita, Kansas, after her 2nd lung surgery. Vicky Stovall Perry, who has lymphoma. She formerly lived here and grew up here, and she is the daughter of Linda Stovall. Johnny Atkinson, who is improving, and he is in Covenant Medical Center in Lubbock. Janice Morrison is out some after her successful shoulder surgery done in Lubbock just recently. Also saw Marcia Rasco, and she says she is doing better after her angiogram. And Jerry Savuto, formerly of Muleshoe, at her home in McKinney. She has cancer. Keith Berman and his son and family are always in our thoughts and prayers. Joyce Clements in the Parkview Nursing Care Center as a new patient. I mentioned earlier there would be a Muleshoe School Board election, and on the ballot will be in District 4, Sergio Leal, the incumbent, and Ashley Turnbow, the opponent, in the Muleshoe School Board. The District 1 has been canceled because Jay Cage was the only one who filed, and at large position on the MISD School Board, Jared Lee, that one has also been canceled because that is the only candidate. There will be a mayoral election May the 9th, and that will be between Cliff Black, the incumbent mayor, and Irene Mason. It's just about time for us to go now on the Mule Train News. But if you're sitting out there and you're a little bit lonely or blue, think about someone else and what you could do for them. Give someone a call and write a note, or maybe just tell the good Lord that you're lonesome and that you're thinking about others and praying for them, and then let them know that you are praying for them. Get up there, Little Red. Come on, Corina. Hiya, Arbutus, Andalay, Monkey Paw, Julia Gray, Isla Ann on this Holy Week. It is beautiful.
You train, liberty climbing over hill and plain.
And the Mule Train News program has been brought to you today by the First Bank, along with Leal's Mexican Restaurant. You can hear it rotating here for the next 2 days on Reach Broadband Channel 6 as well. Find our last 10 Mule Train News programs on demand, free of charge anytime you want to watch them. MuleshoeTV.com. Click on the Mule Train News link at the top of the page.
I'm Tumbleweed Smith. Fun with the computerized torch. Details in a moment on the Sound of Texas.
And the Sounds of Texas are brought to you on Reach Broadband Channel 6 as well as MuleshoeTV.com by Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association with offices in Muleshoe as well as in Morton. They're celebrating 75 years of rural electrification right here in the Muleshoe area through Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association. The board of directors, the members, the employees, the manager, CEO, David Markle. I hope that you enjoy this Sounds of Texas with Tumbleweed Smith.
It'll appear to make a cut, stop, move to the next one, make a cut.
Hollis Brown of Snyder is making a keepsake out of steel. He is an entrepreneur who creates metal art. He did a big job for Chrysler.
Chrysler found us about 4 years ago. They got on Google and just searched rustic metal art because they needed somebody to make some metal signs for all their dealerships in Texas. And of course, when we first got that, we thought somebody's pulling our leg. It just wasn't true that a small town boy would, hit it big like that. And but we met with them, ended up making 320 signs for all the dealerships in Texas. And then once we completed that, they contacted us again about doing all the dealerships in Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, Oklahoma, and 8 dealerships in Tennessee.
Hollis has been making things in his shop for 15 years. That's just one of the ways he makes money. He is fully employed in the oil business.
I do that 7 days a week, 12 hours a day, and then I'm off 7 days and do metal work 6.5 days a week.
His 2 sons help. He started making small things at first, salt and pepper shakers, toothpick holders. He sold those at trade shows. He doesn't do those anymore because he has plenty of business. He started making metal jewelry.
By the thousands, we mainly made the blanks. From anywhere from just a circle to words. I love cowboys, school logos, and then we had 6 stores that we were supplying with pendants. And then we had about 200 customers that bought directly from us.
Hollis is always on the lookout for new opportunities. Once, one of his jewelry customers needed some embroidery work done on some shirts.
She sent us 3,000 shirts. So we did shirts for her for Houston, San Antonio, and San Angelo stock shows. We did that for 3 years.
He has made everything from 1-inch earrings to a 40-feet ranch entrance. 90% of his business these days is making large silhouettes of law enforcement badges.
The average size is 24 inches. They hang them in their offices. They'll send me a picture of their badge and we'll recreate that in steel.
He makes all kinds of trophies for national car and dog shows.
We make everything. Beds, tables. We're at a point, though, we're lucky and fortunate. Our business is built up to a point where we can pick and choose now.
Hollis Brown of Snyder. His company is Texas Rustic Metal Art. I'm Tumbleweed Smith with the Sound of Texas.
It is time now for the market report, brought to you today by Stephen Dement, financial advisor, right here in Muleshoe with Edward Jones, located at 104 West 2nd Street. Call 806-272-4102. Speak with Stephen. Branch Office Administrator Dan Arimpi, or part-time BOA Kenitha Foster. The market report was recorded this Monday, March the 30th, 2015 at 11:30 a.m.
This is Dana Rimpey of Edward Jones, member of the New York Stock Exchange Incorporated, bringing you the daily financial market report. U.S. stocks are up sharply this morning on encouraging stimulus comments from China's central bank governor, a flurry of merger announcements in healthcare, and as tensions begin to cool in the Middle East. Corporate deals before the bell included United Health acquiring pharmacy benefit manager Catamaran for $12.8 billion, and Teva buying specialty pharmaceutical company Ospex for $3.2 billion in cash. Meanwhile, oil prices are scaling back slightly as a possible resolution may be reached surrounding Iran's nuclear program, which is helping offset the ongoing conflict in Yemen. U.S. bond prices are higher this morning. So far this morning in the S&P 500, the best performing sector is energy, while the worst performing sector is consumer staples. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is up 274 points to 17,987. The S&P 500 Index is up 23 to 2,084, and the NASDAQ Composite Index is up 47 to 4,938. This morning, volume on the New York Stock Exchange is moderate, with 266 million shares traded. Advancers are outnumbering decliners by roughly a 3-to-1 margin. In commodity markets, the spot price of gold is down $13 to $1,185. The spot price of silver is down 27 cents to $16.69, and crude oil prices are down 80 cents to $48.07. In bond markets, the 30-year Treasury yield is currently 2.54%, and the 10-year Treasury yield is 1.95%. In stocks of local interest, Apple is up $2.10 to $125.35. ConocoPhillips is up 67 cents to $63.60. Johnson & Johnson is up $1.30 to $101.64. AT&T is up 22 cents to $32.97. Pfizer is up 44 cents to $34.97. Target is up 97 cents to $82.53. Xcel Energy is up 37 cents to $34.76. ExxonMobil is up $1.75 to $85.33. Walmart is up $1.31 to $82.66. Procter & Gamble is up 52 cents to $82.83. And Caterpillar is up $1.28 to $80.95. This is Dana Rempe of Edward Jones, member SIPC, serving individual investors with personalized attention and long-term financial advice at 104 West 2nd Street in Muleshoe. Daily commentary is also located on our website at edwardjones.com.